Hi everybody, we are back. It's Lisa and the Mighty Merchants, my Mighty Maltese merchants. They go with me shopping and hanging out, and mostly help me when I'm posting stuff on eBay. They love to help me out. See, she's very helpful. Licking my hands. This one sits on my lap all day. So this is Rebel Rose and Remington Justice. And just wanted to say hi. These are the little ones that are in the logo. You love your mommy. You sweet baby. All right, so let's see what we have today. I'm trying to do a first dibs for my Patreon. So if you are a member on Patreon and support my work, then you will get a preview of anything that I post in my eBay store. I put up some new things today. We've got vases and glass, and some of it I'm keeping because I really like it. But I might get rid of it later. I told my husband, he's like, okay, how much of this are you keeping? I was like, well, or I might keep it to bring to a show or a meetup or something if there's some special stuff. Do you want to get down? She likes to run around. She's naughty. But Remington is the good one. She's sweet. They're both sweet. Don't get me wrong. Hopefully you can hear me okay. We're going to jump right in to the first item. The way I'm doing this is if you're watching this on Patreon and it has not been released to the general public yet, then you can send me a DM on Patreon and let me know what item you want, and then we can take care of it that way it just won't ever list. So these items are scheduled to go live for general public on Tuesday at 5 o'clock Eastern. So tomorrow when I usually do my show, then I can play this video if I don't go live myself, or I'll do it right after, and people can see the new items that I posted in my store. But you guys get first dibs if you're watching on Patreon. If you're not on Patreon and you're watching this later, thanks for stopping by and checking out my items. These are just new items. I have a bunch more already on the store, but I'm doing is unpacking a little bit at a time. I hit some really big estate sales in the last couple weeks, and I'm waiting. I've got to take one of the dogs out because she's going to get something off the table. Come on, baby. Here, go see your daddy. Okay. I'm back. All right. So to get things kicked off, I wish I had grabbed more of these when I saw how much they sell for. These are really heavy. They're made by Anchor Hawking, and it is 7.5 inches tall. It is a big old glass, but it's actually a vase. And it's got a pattern of clustered grapes on it. Hopefully you can see that. Just jump back into the other screen and make sure you can see me. Yeah, okay. Were you able to see the vase? It's really pretty cut glass, very vintage, and like I said, has those clustered grapes on it. So that is going to have a buy it now or first dibs price of $29.99. And if you're interested in that, you can DM me and I will take whoever the first DM that I receive as the winner, and I'll let everybody else know if you did DM but you didn't get it. So it's this green glass, Anchor Hawking. And like I said, there were a couple more at the house and I should have grabbed them, but I just wasn't sure about them. It's the first time I had seen them, but they are really popular and sell really well, and they're really good quality. So honey, I know she likes to be up high on my shoulder, like a little parrot. And then it will go live on eBay for general public on Tuesday for the starting bid of $15.99. So, where am I? Let's jump back over here. Okay, now you want to go see your daddy too, or you just want to get down? I'll let her get down. Um, see what's next. Okay, these I just watched an entire video about these. Some of these can go for some really crazy high prices. This one, I am still learning about this stuff. This one has a capital A inscribed on the bottom. I wasn't able to relate that to any specific brand, but if you know what the brand is, please put it in the comments below so I can learn a little bit more. It is a 3-inch bud vase, and there's something about miniature right now that everyone is like super hot about miniature. I don't know if that's from all the downsizing or tiny homes or what, but they're looking for like vintagey, beautiful, like something fancy but something tiny. So I priced this at this is the first dibs price, or the buy it now price is $10.99. You can send me a message on Patreon, or if this is after Tuesday, July 18th at 5 p.m. Eastern, then you can go ahead and buy it right on the eBay store and compete in the auction. There'll be a live auction for, I think I said it, for 7 days, starting at $5.99. So this is the little bud vase. There's no chips or cracks, and actually the a lot of these that are kind of like that Capi Diamante or whatever with the flowers, a lot of times you have cracks on the flowers or the leaves, and this one is just in really great condition. I'm sure it was set on the shelf and never touched. So it does have that A on the bottom. Hopefully you can see that. Once again, if you know what that is, let me know. I'm curious, but a little 3-inch bud vase. Hold on. Okay, they're not very helpful. Sorry about that. Jump back over here. And the next one is, oh, these are really cool. So this is like a trinket box or a jewelry box. It's a vintage, mid-century modern. It's from like the 50s, I believe they said. This is the Westmoreland egg trinket jewelry vintage mid-century modern blue satin, hand painted with cosmos. So that flower is a cosmos, and that's actually Mia's flower. It's the flower for April. So I thought that was kind of cool too. So that is the Westmoreland egg. And the inside, she obviously used this. I tried to scrub it out with some Comet, and there is definitely, I don't know if she put soap in there or what, but I even used bleach with Comet and on the inside, and when unable to get kind of those little stains out of it, or she may have put her jewelry in there and it discolored it. I'm not sure, but there does seem to be one little tiny chip on the inside of the lid. It doesn't affect once you put the lid on. Doesn't seem to be any chips, but on the inside right there seems to be, on that inner rim, one little chip. So you might check that out, but it really doesn't show at all. And I'm seeing this thing where they say flea bites and something, and I think that's the kind of stuff they're talking about, is where it's not even really noticeable. I just like disclosing all of that so you don't have any unexpected surprises when you buy it. And the lid is not stained. The lid is blue and clear and looks great. I was hoping. There we go. These are the last couple videos that I've done to put more content on. Whoops. I don't know if you can see my TV up here. So I've got our very first dibs for Patreon, which now is all of those items. It's all this Avon new old stock in a glass, pressed glass in the boxes. That one's live now for general public, and the American Pride eBay month eBay drop, that went live yesterday, so you can check that out as well. Or maybe that went live today. I think that went live today. I played it for Patreon yesterday. Gosh, it's so confusing. Anyway, So let's see what item. Oh, the egg is listed at $18.99. Most of them are selling for $20 to $24, somewhere around there. So I have this one priced pretty fair. I priced it a little bit lower just because of that discoloration in the bottom. You can kind of see a picture of it there. So, and then the cute little flowers. And the auction will start at $6.99 on that one tomorrow evening. So then this is something that one of the guys that I follow on YouTube, he said, oh my gosh, if you ever see bluebirds of happiness, pick them up. They sell, especially if you have a studio sticker or a signature on them. These do have the studio sticker on the bottom. They're about 3 inches tall. There's 2 bluebirds of happiness on a little blue heart, and they're calling it like a paperweight, or I put that little white towel down so you could see the pictures a little bit better. But you'll see there on the bottom there is the studio, and it's out of Fayetteville, Arkansas, and it's called Phoenix Studios out of Fayetteville, Arkansas. So they have these little cuties there. There is a little spot, but I watched a video and that's where the glass was probably blown or shaped. But there's a little rough spot on the back there, but it's really pretty, super cute. And that has a buy it now price of $24.99. If you're interested in that and watching on Patreon, you can send me a DM. If you're watching this after July 18th, 2023, then it'll be live for auction starting at $15.99. So you can check out those sweet little bluebirds of paradise, or bluebirds of happiness. Let's see what's next. Oh, more pretty little mini bud vases, which is the trend right now. This is in a starburst pattern. So it's a vintage green starburst embossed mini bud vase. It is 7 inches tall, but because of the slender look of it, it's still considered a mini bud vase. And you can see the pattern is the starburst pattern. Whoops. So there's no chips or cracks. It's really pretty when the light hits it, and just a really neat kind of vintagey retro. I don't know, reminded me a little bit of like the 50s kind of retro with the starburst pattern. This one's gonna go for $18.99 for the buy it now price. If you're on Patreon and want to grab that before it goes live to eBay. And if not, then it'll be live on eBay for auction starting at $9.99. Let's see. This one I almost kept as well. This is an American pottery company. It's gray leather, and it is just really cool, hand painted. And it has a texture where the feathers are. I don't know if they chose where to put the feathers or if it's embossed, but those white feathers are raised. The gray is more like in the, like part of the glaze or whatever but they are hand painted, and it says gray 31, or maybe it's gray feather. And then this is maybe 31, the pattern or the number. I don't know if it's numbered or it's a pattern. But it says 1985. So that is really cool. It's very heavy. It's clay, And that is going to have a buy it now price of $29.99. Or you can wait and try to catch it on auction for $19.99. And if you have any questions about how to purchase any of this from me on Patreon, please send me a DM. Be able to see that signature a little bit. So I just think it's really cool. And there's so much on trend right now with all the gray and white in homes and all that. I think that one will do really well. And anything signed does well. All the rules, all the things. The next thing is this Stanford. This was a little harder to see. Now, there's only one other one that is black online right now. It's a Stanford Sebring vintage ceramic planter or vase. Very mid-century modern. It has the acanthus leaf on the legs. There are a couple in green out there, but there's only one other one that's black that I've been able to find. So it's a little more, and this once again would look great in those gray. Everybody's painting their house gray and white, and and then to have something standing out like this in the black with the acanthus leaf footed pot, it's just really cool. The bottom, I tried to get a good picture of it. I had to kind of hold it and tilt it to the light. There shows it's a Stanford Sebring, and then it's got some numbers. I think it's 253 was the stamp or number. And once again, I don't know if that's the number of the pot or the style. I kind of think it's the style of the pot. So hopefully that is something that I thought these were really beautiful. So that is the Stanford Sebring Vintage Ceramic Black Planter with the acanthus leaf feet. And once again, it's got the buy it now price of $39.99, and then it will go on auction tomorrow evening for $24.99, starting at $24.99. So you can check all of those out. Those are all the ones I added. Those are all the ones I added online. Oh wait, I have one more. I added this online the other day, but I didn't do a video about it. And I got a little more education on it. I'm going to try to find the listing. This one is live right now on eBay. So it might take me just a second to find that. Does it say see all items anywhere there? Okay, so some of our bicentennial stuff from yesterday, the brass, fireplace matchsticks, lots of good stuff that we did the video yesterday that came out today, I guess. So all that went live today, the vintage brass, all that. I'm living in time zones that I can't, or the past and the future doing these. I've got some cool other stuff on there you can check out if you're interested in airline stuff or in cars. Then all the Avon glass I did, that was my very first one, I think. Well, the very first one I did was on Happy Hour with Westwood. So this little Dresden is really nice. And I just saw a thing about Dresden being really highly sought after right now. It kind of goes to that vintage Victorian look that's coming in, but in tiny sizes. They want it tiny. So the cool little laundry hamper. Here we go. Vintage Andrea by Sadak. It's a ginger jar with chrysanthemum. And what the lady told me was the way you can tell the difference between the Chinese ginger jars and the Japanese ones are that a lot of times the Japanese will use the chrysanthemum, and that wasn't really a thing. The Chinese would use more like a cherry blossom or something like that. So this does have a lot of crackling because of the age. So that's where you can see like where the darkness gets in between. So that would kind of lend to the age. And it's just a really beautiful piece. So, and it's got all the brown and warm, earth tones, green and kind of a mauve red and a little bit of blue and yellow down here. So really beautiful. That is already live for general public on my eBay channel or on my eBay store. In the description of this video, there's instructions on if you're watching this later and you're like, wow, I wish I had gotten first dibs on some of that stuff. You can join my Patreon and you'll get the videos with first dibs. if you are watching this now and are like, how do I find Lisa's eBay store? There's a link in the description of this video on YouTube as well. And so that is the starting bid. It has no bids yet, so I haven't really promoted this one yet. So you might want to jump in there. It closes in 17 hours. So jump in there, place a bid. Right now it's only $19.99. That's the starting bid. And if you pay that or more and you're the only one, then you get to take this home. It's pretty heavy too. It does have the stickers and the signature. So it's got a signature on the print that's in Japanese, and then the Andrea by Sadak sticker. So check those out, and hopefully somebody finds this lovely home. I just think this one's so pretty. All the things that I pick them, or I choose them because I think they're beautiful, and I want to kind of rescue history a little bit. I like to learn about new things. And one of the things I learned, and I will not be selling this, at least not for now, this is called weeping silver. And you see this little spot there. Oh, let me close this down. Sorry, guys. This little spot is actually just where the silver, it's not scratched off. It's not a chip. It's just where the silver didn't all the way cover. It's kind of like leafing, but it's called weeping is the process that they use this for. I just think it's beautiful. It's a little bud vase, or I don't think you would use it as a picture. I believe it's American bisque because of the footing. I'm not 100% sure. I'm still learning all my footings and symbols and all that kind of stuff, but just really beautiful piece. This little lamp is for sale on the eBay store too. Then we ran across some really cool Carnival glass. I've got a big picture over here you guys can see. I was going to bring this one a little bit closer. This is a footed compote, and you can see the iridescence to it. It's got a blue base, blue glass, but then they do a iridescent treatment to it. This was the Indiana Glass Company. There's a couple different companies that did depression glass, and then when you see it like this where it has the iridescence, that's called Carnival glass. And I just think this is really cool. My preference would be to have Fenton Carnival glass, but that's pretty hard to come by nowadays. So I was excited to find this. So I'm going to hold on to it until I find some Fenton Carnival glass to replace it with, and then I'll put this on the store. I am just kind of a little smitten with Fenton. I found this swung vase. It's a handkerchief swung. So it looks like they took a little glass handkerchief and turned it upside down. And then the way they would do this, where one piece sticks out higher or lower than the other, that's called a swung vase. And it's because of the way that they make it, they actually swing it upside down and let the glass pull or draw out. So the more height you have on the swung portion, usually the more expensive they are. But this one is just too precious, and I love all the blue, and so my first little piece of swung Fenton handkerchief, I'm going to keep that one. I think that's everything I wanted to show you guys today. So anyway, I just wanted to say thanks for your support. I really just appreciate you so much, and I hope I'm finding things that you like. If you're looking for an item specifically, please let me know in the comments or send me a direct message. I can keep my eyes peeled. I know my son wants me to find some golf clubs. I wrote it down. I promise, Zach. I wrote down the name of it. I won't forget. Whoops. The TV cut off on me. So go check out the other, there's a playlist on my channel in YouTube, and all of them are marked Mighty Merchants. So you can hit that playlist and watch the latest videos. They're all less than 30 minutes or so you can just kind of pop it on. You can even put it fast forward if you don't want to hear me talk as slow as a little southern self. talks. But anyway, I gotta get an intro and outro for this thing. If anybody has any ideas or skills for that, let me know. I might try to make one up on my phone tonight. But take care, and thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. Please leave a like and a comment for what you're looking for, what your favorite item was, and I will see you next time here on The Mighty Merchant. New normal. I don't know what's going on. The world's changing. See you guys. Bye.